Ladies and gentlemen, hey hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. As we've seen throughout the years so far, the larger title updates that we see go live usually don't include just what the patch notes say. You know, it's not always just a new map that comes to the game or just a new weapon. Sometimes there is some extra spicy, extra secret info also included in those title updates. And more often than not, the data mining community brings that information to the surface. And, surprise surprise, the Season 4 update that went live last week seems to have done just that, as we've got some new leaked information regarding quite a few updates that should be coming to the game during Season 4. And in addition to that, it seems Call of Duty themselves have also teased a major change coming to Warzone soon too. So today we're breaking down all the new content that has been revealed for Season 4. So as we break it all down, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new to the channel, we are always covering the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, you name it, you're gonna find it right here. So feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on to stay on top of everything there. Now, when it comes to all this new information and new content, like I said, we've got a few different sources, one of them being Call of Duty themselves. It seems they've actually teased that Warzone's player count is going to be increasing in the future by quite a bit. Now, unfortunately, the picture quality we have here is not great, to say the least, but this past weekend, obviously we had a free multiplayer weekend, where all the players who own Warzone and just Warzone, because it can be downloaded as a free application, are able to try out some of what multiplayer has to offer in case they do want to go ahead and purchase the full game. Now, during the weekend, there was a special prompt that came up if you were a free-to-play player, and this featured 3 different tabs on it. A tab detailing the menu playlists, a tab detailing the various modes, and also a tab detailing the other 3 modes that the full game has to offer. Those of course being campaign, multiplayer, and also spec ops. Now what we're interested in here is that first tab, because while it may be kind of hard to see, you can actually see that in the background of the multiplayer playlist tab, the Warzone modes that we see are Battle Royale 200, Plunder 200, Battle Royale Duos, and Battle Royale Juggernaut. So 3 out of those 4 modes we've never had for that matter, but we do know all of them will be coming in the future. So the Juggernaut mode is actually already previewed on the Season 4 roadmap as Juggernaut Royale, where multiple Juggernaut crates are going to spawn in per match, and players are actually going to have an opportunity to use the Juggernaut with the extra health and the minigun and all that stuff in Warzone. But more importantly, that tab also previews Battle Royale and Plunder 200, which presumably is referencing the 200-person player count that we know Infinity Ward plans to launch in the future, as before Warzone launched, they said it would be 150 players at the start to, I guess, ensure stability, then eventually they wanted to try out 200 players. Now here's the thing, or I guess things, since there are multiple points I want to bring up here. One, I definitely think 200 players could work pretty well. You know, the map itself is big enough for sure, and I think modes like Duos, for instance, could actually really benefit from this, since it seems like sometimes by like the 2nd or 3rd zone, there's only 30 or 40 people left, and then it is a very, very slow finish. But then 2, the server stability here is what kind of concerns me. Now, as much as I love Warzone and think it is a great battle royale, I think we are all well aware of how wonky the servers can be. You know, some nights it feels like I'm playing on McDonald's Wi-Fi, other nights it's absolutely fine. Some games we're skipping around and sliding around so much it's like we're playing Call of Duty on Ice the musical. It's just not consistently smooth. And to add an extra 50 players into the mix could be a little problematic if those issues are not resolved. So hopefully alongside the addition of the 200-person player count, we can see an upgrade to the servers to provide some more stability. Now, alongside the tease of Battle Royale 200, we also saw some pretty big leaks over the past few days as well. One of which was actually regarding the brand new sniper, the Rytec AMR, which can be seen on the roadmap. So for a while now, we've assumed that this was maybe going to be a sniper like the XM25 from MW3, or even the NA45 from Advanced Warfare. But thanks to a video that leaked on Reddit that's now been taken down, the sniper actually looked like it was going to be a whole lot more like a regular Barrett 50 cal that of course we've seen over the years. You know, the Barrett was an icon back in the original Modern Warfare franchise, so this is a sniper that would definitely deserve a spot in this year's game as well. I know a lot of people were, and actually for that matter still are, wanting a new bolt action sniper rifle, But hey, if we are going to get a semi-auto sniper, I think the Barrett is just about the best option we can get, right? Anyways, in addition to the Rytech AMR info, there was also a pretty big series of leaks from Geeky Pastimes over on Twitter. Geeky is a data miner in the community, and some of the stuff he found is pretty interesting to say the least. There's actually 8 different points that he made in this Twitter thread here, and some depict some future content and changes coming to the game. Others more so prove credibility because we've actually already seen some of these things added into the game via yesterday's update. So, Geeky starts this thread out by saying, there is a hyena and a white dog execution coming to the game. Now, of course, we got Sasquatch the dog as a finishing move yesterday in the Wendigo bundle, so this leak has actually already partially come to fruition, indicating that a hyena coming to the game in the near future is definitely possible. I assume this hyena finishing move is going to work just like the other dogs that we've seen so far, but yeah, it seems like we're gonna have a hyena finishing move in the game in the future. Now, next up, Geeky says that there is a spotter scope or binoculars coming, aka something that allows you to see a long way without any glint appearing when you're looking. Now, we know that Infinity Ward and Raven plan to add more field upgrades to the game with Season 4, and I think something along the lines of binoculars could definitely fit into that criteria. I know some people try to use the airstrike to see people at a further distance, but that only works so well, it only works to a certain extent. So some actual binoculars could be a pretty cool addition to the loot pool. Then Geeky also says that the recon drone will apparently be able to hack things. This one seems pretty self-explanatory, and I guess it would just be more of an incentive to use the recon drone if you could hack a Claymore or a C4 by flying into an enemy's location. Now, Geeky then goes on to say that there is a HUD scramble effect and 5 pieces of music linked to something called Public Event 1, and he says it could be a public event, but based off that information, we just can't tell for sure. And also, there is apparently a prop hunt game mode somehow linked to Warzone. Now, as far as the HUD scramble and music goes, yeah, I've honestly got no idea what that could be for, but when it comes to prop hunt, I know this is something that players have been asking for pretty much ever since launch, both in multiplayer and also Warzone 2. So I assume if this is going to be a Warzone specific mode, it would just take parts of the map and then cut them down, kind of like how the Rumble mode did it, then we can just hide as various props. And honestly, if this does come to fruition, I am going to be very, very excited. Prop hunt definitely sounds like it could be a lot of fun, especially in Warzone. Then Geeky goes on to say that the new cryo weapon effects sound disgusting. And of course, we also got this yesterday with the Wendigo pack as the brand new cryo dismemberment effects. Now, he also goes on to say that there is something about the interior of the stadium and a train. He's got no idea if these are multiplayer maps or Warzone locations, or even something for a cutscene. Now, we do know that we had new train tracks added to the Warzone map with the Season 4 update, so perhaps over time, we'll see those extend even further out to the stadium even for some kind of an event. It would also make sense to see a multiplayer map inside of the stadium. I would say it certainly seems big enough, so that could also be a thing. And we know that there are plenty of cutscenes already that do feature their own individual unique areas. So really, and I guess also unfortunately, any of those options do stand an equal chance of coming to fruition at the moment. But we definitely need to keep our eyes on the stadium throughout the season. Then finally, Geeky also says that there is something you can buy in the buy stations that has to do with the circle. Maybe a circle peak, but it seemed like you could actually buy the circle and make it come to you. Might be a good way to mess with some campers. So this is definitely a very interesting idea, right? The ability to change the path of the circle seems like it would be pretty impactful, so to see this as a buyable option, I can only imagine it would be pretty expensive if that is the case. However, the idea of basically buying a recon challenge but having it completed also seems totally viable. So again, we've got to leave this one up to either option being possible, and of course, only time will tell what the end result will actually be. Anyways, with all of that being said, those are the newest leaks that we've got for what's to come here in Modern Warfare and Warzone, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, and of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and everything in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on, that way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all Scuff, G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links can be found in the description below, and once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.